You will often hear that you should never coast in a manual car, or that if you coast, you will fail your driving test. But what if I told you that it is impossible to drive without coasting? Coasting, also known as freewheeling, is simply letting the car roll when your clutch is down or you're in neutral. So whenever you change gear, you will coast a little bit, and whenever you stop, you will coast a small amount before you stop. If I force the car to stop without pushing the clutch down, it will stall. As you can see, when stopping, you need to get the clutch down by 1000 RPM to stop the car from stalling. Most cars, the engine speed will get down to 1000 RPM by 5 miles an hour in first gear, 10 miles an hour in second gear, 15 miles an hour in third gear, and 20 miles an hour in fourth gear. So therefore, you could have the clutch down from 20 miles an hour to 0 when you're stopping in fourth gear. Well, what's the problem with coasting? And why can you fail the driving test for it? The problem occurs when you coast across the path of traffic at a junction. Now I'm approaching a Giveway line at a junction. As I can see it's safe to go, I come off the brake and coast across the line, but I haven't done my gears, gas and clutch yet. In rushing to do them, I get the wrong gear and stall. Sideways on, in the middle of the road. Oh dear, this isn't a good place to stop. This is true at all junctions, including roundabouts. You never want to cross the Giveway line until your gear, gas and clutch are ready. This time I've gone slow enough to make sure I have my gears, gas and clutch ready before I make a decision to cross the line. Once decision is made, I can safely proceed. Of course, even if I prepare before the line, I could still get the wrong gear. But this time I'll stall in a safe place before the line instead of an unsafe place after the line. You also want to avoid coasting when travelling above around 5 miles an hour downhill. Although the car will move along just fine, you will have no engine braking when the clutch is down, so you will be solely relying on the brakes to keep you slow, which is a bad idea, especially in hilly parts of the country where your brakes may overheat. If you let the car build up too much speed with the clutch down, when you do lift the clutch, the car will jerk violently, so best lift it by around 5 miles an hour to stay smooth. When travelling downhill, try to keep the clutch up for as long as possible to assist you at slowing down. Now you're certainly not going to fail the driving test for putting the clutch down at 20 miles an hour when stopping in fourth gear, or having the clutch down for long periods of time when you're rolling in traffic or when you're going very slowly downhill in traffic. If the clutch needs to be down, it's best to put it down. That's all for this one. Please subscribe to get my future uploads to help you pass the UK driving test.